how life feels when you finally set boundaries with people. It feels peaceful. Like you can finally breathe again. You stop feeling guilty for saying no. You stop explaining yourself to people who never cared to understand you anyway, right? It's like you wake up one day and realize your peace matters more than keeping everybody happy. You stop answering calls that drain your energy. You stop going places that don't feel right. You stop chasing people to see your worth. And the crazy part, you start getting that time and energy back. You start laughing more. You sleep better. You feel lighter because boundaries aren't walls. They're doors with locks. You decide who gets access and you decide when. So yeah, life gets quiet, but it's the kind of quiet that feels safe. The kind where your heart finally says, this is what I needed all along. The realization that you deserve more than the bare minimum changes how you accept love. Because once you taste consistency, respect, real effort, you stop getting excited over crumbs. You stop calling it love when it's really just attention. You stop making excuses for people who only show up when it's convenient for them. That version of you that begged for bare minimum, it didn't know its worth. But now you do. Now you want love that's intentional. Love that feels safe. Love that doesn't make you question your place in someone's life. And that shift, y'all, it's powerful. Because once you know what you bring to the table, you stop sitting at tables where love feels like a maybe. Y'all, follow if you've upgraded your standards and never looking back. Here's an unpopular opinion. Telling your partner who you're with, where you're going, who flirts with you, and what time you'll be home is not controlling. It's called respect. And I know some people are going to roll their eyes at that, but hear me out. There's a big difference between control and consideration. Control is you can't go. Respect is just text me so I know you're safe. See? Control is don't talk to anyone. Respect is I trust you. I just like to know what's up. See the difference? When you really care about someone, you move like a team. Oh, I love that so much. You don't move in secret. You don't hide stuff that could make them question your loyalty. It's not about permission. It's about partnership. I don't know about y'all, but I want peace in my relationship, not mystery, and definitely not guessing games. If I tell you where I'm at and who I'm with, it's not because I'm being watched. It's because I respect the person I come home to. And honestly, if that feels like too much for somebody, they may not be ready for real love yet. Because real love, it's transparent, it's honest, and it always comes with respect. When I say I'm fine and he says, no, you're not, talk to me, he's the one. That right there, that's the kind of love that feels like a soft place to land. Because sometimes we don't need a fixer. We just need somebody to see us, to not brush it off, to not get defensive, to not hit us with the, oh, okay, and walk away. But instead, he pulls you closer, looks into your eyes, and says, nah, I can feel something's off. Let it out. That kind of care, that's rare. That's when you know he ain't just hearing you. He's listening. He's showing up. He's being that safe space you didn't even know that you needed. It's not always about the grand gestures. Not always. Sometimes it's the little things, like the way he checks in when you say you're good, but he knows better. If you've got someone like that, hold on to him. And if you don't yet, don't settle until you do. Tag your safe space or save this for when yours show up. Dating will have you overthinking everything. Did he mean it like that? Why hasn't he texted me back? Child, I was stressing over some mixed signals until I remembered Haven. I opened the app and I just asked, how can I quiet my thoughts? And it gave me a personalized reflection with steps to reset my mind on God's truth. That moment saved me from sending a whole paragraph that I would have regretted. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you struggle with overthinking in love, download Haven and ask, how do I find peace in this? You'll be shocked at how quickly it calms your spirit. Now, we love blaming women for choosing the wrong man, but never blame the man who faked his entire personality just to get her. You know? Like, let's be for real here. Some of these dudes study you like an exam. They say all the right things, do all the right stuff just to get close enough to benefit from your softness. And when they finally get what they want, their real personality shows up. Now suddenly you're crazy. You change. You don't communicate anymore. Nah, she's just reacting to the mask you took off. People forget some women didn't choose wrong. They got tricked. They fell for the okie doke, the version that he pretended to be. But don't worry, because one thing about women, we learn quick. We might cry, we might hurt, but we come back sharper, quieter, and way more careful with who gets access the next time. So yeah, stop blaming her for falling for a lie. Start blaming him for living one. If you're healing from that right now, just remember, you're not stupid for loving somebody who played pretend. You're human. You loved honestly, and that's something that they could never fake.
This is part 2 of Red Flags in Friendships with Women. I want to discuss conflict. How are your friends handling you during conflict? Just because you get into a disagreement with your friend, that does not give them the right to hit below the belt, to throw things in your face that you've shared with them in confidence, or to try to make you feel small. Conflict is inevitable. You're not always going to agree on things. We're human, right? So we're not always going to, agree on things. Sometimes we're going to bump heads with each other, and that's okay. But you shouldn't be disrespected just